and welcome back to a Chandler's channel. I'm Tracy, your host, and today's session is our intuitive vlog on natural disasters. So if that's what you're here for, please stay tuned. I'll go get Whitehawk in just a moment. But I want to touch back and let you know that on our previous intuitive vlog, we did it on ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, and ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder. And I did it on the two because my reading and teaching told me that they're very much linked. So I did it on the two. And it was a very enlightening and empowering reading on those disorders. It seems they're very sensitive individuals and not much different than highly sensitive people, as I am. So those are two readings you could or vlogs you could check in with, and you'll probably see a lot of similarities in those. And it was good to become aware and educated on those because they're very common sensitivities in the world, I guess, is what I'll say. All right, so natural disasters. Natural disasters. Tornadoes, earthquakes. What do we have here? Tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, sandstorms, flooding, tropical storms, gale force winds, snowstorms, ice storms, violent lightning storms, my least favorite. Thank you very much. Not to mention tornadoes and earthquakes. And that's just the ones I can think of right now. I'm sure it's not limited to just those. There's many natural disasters. So I wanted to touch base with Whitehawk and see what he has to say on natural disasters. So let's go get him and let's see what he has to say. Indeed, he says. Natural disasters. Is there anything quite like natural disasters? And we're like, no, there is not, is there? Simply because it is the work of the Earth Mother. It is the work of the vibrational energy, he says, of the planet, as it is detoxifying itself, as it is ridding itself of the... It's like when he's saying, as he's speaking, I feel like this shaking, right? Like an earthquake would be, right? He says, indeed, it is when the Earth Mother itself rids itself of the toxins she herself has absorbed. And so we who are listening are just trying to sort of absorb that, and we get that. Because yes, it is very much like we ourselves and our bodies, he says, absorb many toxins and indeed can become quite ill from excess emotion, he says. Can we not? And yeah, we shake our head. Yeah, he goes, well, then why can it not be that the Earth Mother, he says, too, would become diseased and unwell with excess emotion that she is absorbing from those of us on the planet? And so we listen as a group and we're taking that in because, funny enough, that makes sense. Because indeed it makes much sense. So the reason why you get these happenings throughout the world, he says, is because the Earth Mother in that area needs to detoxify, needs to rid herself of these toxins, but not even toxins as much as it is the excess emotion and worry and fear, she says, and stress that is occurring in that part of the world. He says, and so when one sees a tsunami happen here, an earthquake happened there, he says, what I will say to you, it is the Earth Mother's way of ridding herself of the toxins, of the excess emotions, of the excess negative emotions, he says. For it is these emotions that are the dark and heavy and dreary, he says, energies that she needs, the Earth Mother, needs to rid herself of. And then there's like one man's like, well, hold on, like how could that completely be true? So what you're saying is that we have more natural disasters occurring now than ever. So what you're saying, as a planet, we are harboring more deep, dark emotions than ever? Indeed, he says, Whitehawk says, indeed, that is what I am saying. If you think of the level of fear, the level of stress, the level of all those deep, dark emotions that everybody is inhibiting right now, he says, on the planet, he says, then that makes complete sense. He says, we are at a very volatile time in our life as human beings on this planet, he says, and in that and through that, he says, the Earth Mother feels it, and she too needs to detoxify, and her rate, at the rate in which she detoxifies is at the rate in which our he says, speed demons, our excess negative emotions come upon us. He says, so the natural, he says, equation here is that if we are as a people are going to continue to vibrate at a very heavy, dark, desolate, emotional level, he says, then the Earth Mother too will continue, he says, to operate at a very high rate of detoxifying herself, he says. And indeed, that does translate into natural disasters. Tornadoes, tsunamis, earthquakes. He says, you name it, she's detoxifying at a rate that we have not seen the likes of, he says, in centuries. And yes, there is a definite link, correlation, to those on the planet Earth, he says, to the humans on planet Earth and their feelings and their emotions. He says, never has there been such a time that as a race on planet Earth, he says, that we have, as a people, felt so afraid, felt so worried, and lingered in the fear and the worry in our world. And in doing so, we have created this illness, this sickness in our Earth Mother, he says. And in doing so, he says, she has to rid herself of those toxins. And in order to rid herself of those toxins and diseases, he says, there is in turn natural disaster. So we take this in and then we go, well, Father, Whitehawk, what do we do as a people, as a race, here on the planet Earth? Indeed, he says, what do we do? We wade through the waters of the storm as best we can, he says. And at the same time, we raise our vibrational level to that, from fear and worry and anxiety and perturbedness, he says, to that of love. There is no other way, my children. That is the only way. For if we are to raise our vibrational frequency from fear and hate and anger and uncertainty to love and faith and hope, then the Earth Mother indeed will correct herself, will again become healthy and full, without having to rid herself excess toxins. And Whitehawk says, do you understand what I am saying, children, people of the world? And he's standing in front of us, talking above us, and we're down here and we're standing and we're listening to him because we've come to listen to him. And everyone sort of shakes their head yes, and then the song comes out and we start singing. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. And Whitehawk says yes. Yes, that is what we are saying. You must find peace in yourself, in the whole of a race, he says, in order for the Earth Mother to be at peace as well. And so again, he says, you see, we have this connectedness. What you feel, she feels. What she feels, you feel. And so some are still singing that song, all we are saying is give peace a chance. It says, you have learned well, children. You have learned well. You will go far on this knowledge that I have given you here today. You will go far. And the Earth Mother, he says, the Earth Mother thanks you. God bless. God bless, children of the earth. For the Earth Mother does love you. She does, with all her heart. Be at peace, children. Be at peace, starting here, today. Starting now. And so, as we stand there, people continue singing, give peace a chance. So, and through it, people are finding peace within themselves. It gives them solace. God bless. Well, there you have it. That was our reading on natural disasters. That was very enlightening. Mind-blowing again. I don't know why I'm always so surprised. I should never be surprised now. I've been doing this for so long, but somehow it never seems to fail to surprise me. So that is the reading on natural disasters. On Mondays it is our weekly reading, our intuitive weekly reading. So join us then. We'll see you then. Subscribe, it's free. Like, comment, be kind, keep it clean. Share this video, for you never know who you're helping. God bless. I'm Tracy for a Chandler's Channel.